Hi guys, you're tuning in to BBZ Reviews, where three vastly different individuals with varying technical backgrounds come together to share their thoughts on movies, films, and everything in between. Hi guys, 大家好，我的名字叫沈云儿 I'm Shannon.
Apa kabar? Saya Salihin.
皆さんこんにちは、カズです。
Okay, so in today's episode of BBZ, which you guys should already know stands for
Boomer.
Boomer.
and Zuma, we have a film that I recommended and I really, really like. It's called A Sun, like S-U-N, Sun. And the Chinese name is 阳光普照. Yeah.
And it's actually not a direct translation, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is something that is very, very common when it comes to Taiwanese films or Chinese films. And most of the time it's very badly done. But for this film, it's very interesting. It adds a lot of complex meaning to it.
No, so what?
Yeah.
The Chinese title, what if you direct translate it? Is
So
what?
the Chinese title, okay, 阳光 is like
A
the
sun
sun's rays.
shines universally.
Well, not
Everyone.
kind of,
Because
not
poo,
really.
right? The
Poo-
poo don't for the poo, right?
The
So,
poo,
yeah,
right, means cover.
You're right.
It means to cover. Then 照 means
Okay.
to shine. So it just means that the sun is shining everywhere.
Okay.
In a sense.
But the English one is a
It's just
sun.
a sun. Yeah.
But the Chinese one lingers with the elder brothers line. Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what are we talking about here? I watched the film as well.
With spoiler.
Spoiler alerts.
Yeah.
And we're not professional movie critics.
He's afraid. He's afraid.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, it was a good movie.
I enjoyed
although-
it too. Thank you for recommendation.
Yes. Although get used to reading subtitles, right?
Yeah.
But these days it's so common.
Yeah.
Watching international films. I think it's wonderful that you actually hear the original language and not a
Yes,
dubbed
I prefer
version,
that too. Yeah.
Oh,
prefer
I
that.
would never listen to dub versions.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
so bad.
right? Although the genre is not my favorite. I don't like sad genre. Yeah, but okay. What's your take, Kaz?
I found it interesting that films, how to say, Asian films, recently like Parasite or Shoplifter, this Japan, Korea, and Taiwan do talk about family, and I guess it's the right time to talk about family because especially after war, nuclear family, and like we're still trying to figure out what form of family is our kind of family.
Right.
And
right.
like your both grandparents are around, and that kind of big family last time. Yeah. So yeah, and also how do I say, this film, the pace is, some may say slow, but I didn't really feel so, and it's very well paced to me, and cinematography is so beautiful.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's one of the things that really took my breath away. Was
Why
the-
do you choose this film for us to
I
talk
think-
today?
So personally, I do like the slice of life genre. But
Okay.
I feel like if anything for this film, it doesn't just give you a slice of life. It it kind of like just like contains the essence of life in it. Like everyone's trauma,
Right,
even if it's just 2 hours, right? It really like it touches and goes on like everyone's stories, but you get a very good sense of like everyone's like the fractured relationships between everyone. You also get a good sense of like their own experiences, and I like that all these characters tend to say something and they might mean something else. It's always very loaded what they say, especially like the parents, right?
Okay.
Yeah, in a
Will
sense.
that be lost in translation or
Oh,
the nuances of the language? Because to me it was quite straightforward.
Oh,
whatever
I guess
read.
maybe in terms of like, let's say we talk about the father, right? He's like this someone who is so like crass, like he sounds like he really, really like is very angry at everything.
Yep.
But then you get a sensing, maybe not from the language. The language is very direct
Okay.
for him, like, at least. But you get a sensing that his care comes in other forms.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
in a sense. Those
Yep.
sort of like
Yep.
complexity, like it's never black and white. Yeah, I like that sort of thing. I like that this film is very multidimensional in a sense. Even the title itself is
Right,
multidimensional. Like you were saying like you want to talk about like a sun, right? Like what do you think about the double meaning?
I mean, the father, had always been telling his students that he only has
One
a
son.
one son. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, and it's very well written that he, after the death of the elder brother, he still continues to say, "I have a son." So and he also says that towards the end of the film that now he only have the
Yeah,
younger
exactly.
one. Yeah.
Oh, that was so painful.
Yeah, and but his how to say, his acting is so good that his lines are usually like very straight, don't really have like double meaning or what, but we can feel
The complexity.
other emotion
Yeah.
other than what he says. Yeah.
The character, he's such a good actor that I'm thinking even off camera, he's like that.
Yeah. That's when you know they really are their character, right?
Yeah.
Right? I'm not surprised
that's
if I
good acting.
Yeah, if I go in streets of Taipei, I see this guy walking
Right.
around, you know,
Hey, you are the father of. He's
teaching
And I think
juvenile.
same goes for the bad friend of the younger brother.
Radish.
The,
Taito.
yeah.
The radish.
Yeah,
Radish.
Because he looks so scary.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man. You feel like anytime he can explode or take out a knife and stab you.
Right.
Even when he's smiling, right? You know that it's not a proper smile.
Yeah.
And I read in the interview that he says he read this book about sociopaths. And he
method
learned
acting.
that sociopath people have tendency to have much lesser blinking than ordinary people.
Oh,
So he employed that to acting. So I
It
did
really
count it,
worked.
but I don't remember him blinking. So
Yeah.
So he does look a bit abnormal, right?
yeah.
Especially that scene. Early on, they were in front of the lawyers, the judge or something. Then he he was just alone and he kept staring. I was like, this man has no remorse.
Yeah. And I didn't know there's the other guy was there until the camera pans, right? Then it's like, oh, they are near to each other.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But
So I want to talk about
Yeah.
blinking on our next or other episode, Ghost in the Shell.
okay.
Okay, yes.
When I watch this film, I have the feeling though that it is concentrating on that strata or layer of society, and that's all that we were exposed to of Taiwanese society. Like you don't see the rich people, you don't see that interaction, and you really don't see the homeless and real poor. Because this is supposed to reflect the working class of Taiwanese society, right? What they are going through and all the hardships and stuff like that. So in a way, I don't know whether it's good or bad. Probably it's intentional, but it kind of like just fixed on that society. And if I'm totally new to Taiwan, I'll be thinking that Taiwan is like that. You know what I mean?
I would say perhaps they are not touching that much specifically on like the realities of like the Taiwan society, right? More of like how such, I think it's vague enough, this family's like situation, but also specific enough such that it can apply to multiple other families in different countries in a sense.
I guess.
I mean,
The sort of familial tragedy, trauma.
any audiences from any country have a chance to feel for them.
Yeah.
So I guess it's not a socialist study or what. So
Yeah. I don't think it's meant to be like what's the word, like a documentary type.
It is a bit like social commentary.
Yes.
Without really
Yes.
pushing a strong message. That, sometimes when you watch a film, this guy is actually talking
You get
about
It's
overwhelmed.
almost
the
like
government.
propaganda.
or
Yeah.
some religion or some social message that
Right.
they're trying to push through. But this film, I don't feel it.
Yep.
Yeah, it takes you through it slowly.
Yeah, maybe it's just in the background. You know how these middle income people are trapped. Maybe I'm without any like social help or welfare help, but they are trying to go through their life, settling things themselves, right? So
Yeah, which reminds me, right? Because you guys don't know Chinese, right? Y'all notice like at the the driving center, on the slope thing, there's like this sort of the Chinese words on it. I don't know if you guys remember.
No, I don't.
I do
But
in red
it's-
or what, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So these Chinese words, right, it's sort of shown throughout the film. One of the parts was when he went to the Shining Sun school, right? The sun,
The elder son.
yeah. And then he brought a book, right? It was like, here are your school fees.
Yep.
Right? He
That's
didn't just pass it.
That's a line he kept on repeating, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. And then that book itself also has the same quote on it. So it's like their company slogan.
Yeah.
And they have like notebooks, a lot of notebooks.
Right. It's like a
he
diary, right? Yearly diary.
Yeah, sort of thing. And he kept giving it to him. And what it says is actually, what was it? Let me remember. 掌握机会，把握方向. It literally means like for you to like grab onto your opportunities and steer your own direction.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
Choose your path.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought it was very such an idealistic phrase to put at a driving center that is not even
Yep.
in the upper class sort of like
Yes.
in control of like,
Your
things
life.
in society.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I felt it was like, wow, like they really like did it on purpose, that sort of juxtaposition.
Because you can feel like the daddy character. Do you know what you're talking about? It's like because he's not living that way.
Yeah.
But he's keep on repeating that.
Yeah,
line.
he's got this ideology in his head. And you can tell that he's imposing that onto his son. He's
Yeah, and it's strange now that you bring it up because I was wondering, right, that book, or in the end I know it's like a diary that companies give out to
Yeah.
clients
Yeah.
and stuff. And those words are printed out. I didn't know that those words are the ones that he always tells his son.
Oh, okay.
Right? So if that is the case, then it's a bit weird because this guy like lives the company's motto. Either like he's really a company man that wants to promote the motto, but why do you say that to your son if you really don't believe it?
I think maybe he does, but he's in he's in a situation where he, how like a lot of people say you can always do it when you can work hard, but like some people have more privilege than others,
Yes,
right? And
of
in a
course.
sense, they're in a situation where
Yeah.
I don't think they necessarily have the means to.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
probably,
so it's all the more ironic, I feel.
Yeah,
that
and then the
he's
last
saying
part,
that.
he was explaining to his wife, right? Because the wife said, you don't live that motto. But in a way, when he explains it, I get it. Like he said, I am living that motto or that line in my own capacity with whatever I am able to. Like he says that, I'm a what do you call it, driving instructor. What do you want me to do in that situation?
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm a driving instructor. What can I do? Kind of thing. But he actually did something in the
Yes,
end. Right?
yes. Yeah,
So I thought that was quite.
This is the biggest spoiler. So
Yeah. I don't know whether. Yeah.
So I discovered that this director does DOP, which is director of photography, to other filmmakers as well.
What does that mean?
DOP, director of photography, which is he's in charge of lighting and framing, so he directs the picture.
The angle shots and stuff like that.
So
I've
the
always-
director would talk about acting and
Right.
all that, right?
Right,
But director of photography will be in charge of the look. Yeah.
Oh, I thought that it's both. Like directors are both in charge of the film shots and the acting.
When they specifically say DOP, director of photography, he or she will be in charge.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
But if cameraman is there, then usually director look
Takes a
over.
step back,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Okay.
I like how the overhead shots of the traffic.
Mm.
That was like how they choreograph those cars to move so nice.
Yeah.
Like, okay, if I
We
go
waited there
Taiwan,
all day.
I'll go up there and then, it's really, it's nice. It's just like, traffic moving. And I think he deployed twice traffic overshot. There was one and then there's another time. Both, and it looks, amazing.
Right?
Yeah.
For me personally, I love the way they play with the light and dark. Like it's so metaphorical of like all the metaphors that they've been touching on the sun, right? Like and how you notice like even from the very beginning, the opening of the film, you've got this very innocent like the music going on, and then suddenly it just pans to like Radish and I forgot the boy's name, like killing someone.
Yeah.
And it's all in darkness. It starts off with like the rain on like the road itself.
Yeah.
It's so emblematic of like his position in his family, how he feels also, you
Right,
know.
right.
Yeah, I feel like I I really enjoy that they play with.
This
that
one really
so
can
much.
tell
Very
she's a
consistent.
literature student.
God, this kind of an essay, if not how you write essays.
That's what I hate when I was in secondary school and first started doing literature, you know. I was like, what are you talking about? I can't remember her name. You're like reading too much into this. I did like a lot of the flies, you know. Then she was
Oh,
saying,
I like-
the shape of the island is like it's moving away, like symbolizing how, you know, they are really going down from civilization, blah, blah, blah. I was like, goodness, nothing, my island is there.
No,
Wow.
but you can't deny that they really are playing with like light
Yeah, I guess,
and
I guess,
darkness.
yeah. To have that effect,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah.
And for this film, since we are doing this BBC right for a while, and I noticed that you like songs in the film, right?
I do,
The
I
existing
do.
song. I noticed two. One is when the younger brother is about to come out from. It's not prison, but what is it? now?
Juvenile
Juvenile
Oh
detention.
yes. His classmates start to sing, right?
Oh, yeah.
And the song is called Hana. It's by Okinawa musician. And
Flower.
Yeah, Flower. Yeah. Okinawa is the closest to Taiwan.
The most southern island.
Yeah.
Southwest. Most southwest island.
Okay.
You can swim to Taiwan.
Taiwan.
Yeah. So I guess and I spoke about DOP, right? When he does DOP or cameraman, his pseudonym or stage name or behind the camera name or what is in Japanese. So
Ooh,
yeah,
so Japanese influences are.
it
here and
it
there.
seems like it.
Yeah.
So which is quite interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know. When I watched it, was I loved the way it was used. I guess I didn't read the subtitle for the song. Was it there or?
I can't quite remember.
Yeah.
So.
And it was sang in Chinese. Chinese, right? It's not Hokkien, right?
Mandarin.
Mandarin, is it?
I feel like the only time Hokkien was used was when the father was angry, like at the driving center.
But
Oh.
the
Can't quite
driving
remember.
center boss speaks
Also
in
use-
Hokkien, right?
Very interchangeably, like one or two
right,
words,
right.
and then it'll change
Oh,
back
I
to
see, I see, I
Mandarin.
see.
Yeah.
Just like Singapore.
Yeah. So
I'm not sure if the lyrics is same as in Japanese, but if it's same as in Japanese, then the flower is metaphor of people, and we can all bloom in our way, and all that. Yeah,
that's so poetic.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, if it's the same meaning, then it's so appropriate for the scene.
Yeah. In fact, I feel like
And
I'm-
the mixed emotion on his face is so good. You know, like
they're all good actors. All
Yeah.
put up a very good performance.
yeah.
is he considered leading actor? He
I think so.
Is,
To me,
right?
yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they won the award for leading actor, right?
Oh yes,
Something
yes,
like
yes.
that, right?
Isn't it the
Yeah.
father that won?
Oh.
The
Well, we
leading
gotta do a
actor?
fact check real quick.
Yeah.
There's-
Yeah, 5
Too
Golden
many.
Horse award
Yeah,
winners.
so leading actor,
Mhm.
director, supporting actor,
Best Picture.
But
feature
who won
film.
the best actor? Is the father or is it the son? I think it's
Chen
the father.
Yi-wen
no?
Best
is.
The father,
editing.
Chung Yi-wen.
Chen Yi-wen.
Macam I know that.
You might be right. No, who is this?
That's him lah. That's the son. I heard.
best support actor.
Best supporting, right?
Yeah, that's the scary guy lah.
No, that's
Yeah.
not him. That's not him.
Or Radish ah. That's Aher, what? The son.
This is all of them.
Oh, okay.
Wait, best leading actor is Chen Yi-wen. I don't know who Chen Yi-wen is. Okay, we gotta search.
He's the father lah,
Wait.
Chung Yi-wen.
Oh, you know.
Yeah, because I was digging up about the cast as well.
I
How is
see.
he a leading actor though? Inside
He is
the...
the father's time in the movie more than the son.
Right.
Oh, you're right. Really, it's Chen Yi-wen. It's the father.
Yeah, he's a well-known
Father leading actor.
like veteran actor
Veteran,
in
yeah.
Taiwan. Yeah, movie scene.
One more song or music score. Yeah, no, it's not score. It's not a film score. I noticed was this is very subtle, so don't blame yourself if you don't catch it.
I won't.
It's a scene where younger brother and his girlfriend ROM registry, of marriage. That scene, somehow at the left-hand corner, there was a blood pressure meter, and father just puts his arm to,
The test.
for no reason. But
What?
the machine produces only intro of this Eric Satie, French composer. Dun, 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 dun. Then the melody is. Oh
my God, I love that song.
But it doesn't get to melody. Only loop of the
Why
intro.
did they?
Ding,
Oh,
Yeah. So
the Gymphony.
Jim Nobetti.
I can never.
Jim Nobetti. Yeah.
I love that song.
So like it's his state. Only intro, and he doesn't
A
get
loop.
into loop, and he can't get into melody.
That's
Yeah,
so interesting.
yeah.
Wow.
Oh, actually, talk about the older son.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Like
He's got very beautiful girlfriend.
yeah. Cameraman. We have to keep this in. But like, okay, like the older son, right? Like, I was actually kind of surprised that he took his own life.
Yeah.
And I think what I had to watch back to notice certain like signs of his depression. Right? Like the lack of like soul in his gaze, he does it so well, especially when he was telling that story of Sima Guang. I'm not sure if you guys remember. Yeah. And he actually appropriated that story in like, I mean, the very typical one is just that Sima Guang was smart enough, he was very calm, then he would break the tank to save the child from inside the water tank. But for him, he appropriated it, and he said that when Sima Guang broke it, he himself was inside. Like Sima Guang was inside. And then I was like, wow, like that. It felt very anticlimactic, firstly, at the end of the story, because the girl missed her bus, right? For this. Yeah, I was like, what? If I was her, I'd be so angry. But anyways, like, yeah, then I realized that it's literally a sign telling you that he's so depressed, that he's trying to find himself. He also finds himself locked up in this sort of, if you think of himself, and maybe he sees himself in this character, right? He's like a shining character. This character is so known for how, I don't know, calm he is, how wise he is. But then at the same time, he himself is locked up inside that thing.
See, the thing that maybe the first sign that not all is clear or good with this boy is when he was caught daydreaming in the lecture. It caught me off guard because I thought he's the model student, always will not give any trouble and always
he
have
asked
good
back
answers.
the lecturer
Talk back,
to you.
Correct.
Yeah.
Do you actually believe in that, right? But before that, it was like daydreaming, like not, he's elsewhere, somewhere else.
And also, he sees others are all asleep or alone.
Oh God,
in the classroom.
right.
I was wondering what was that. And then he's alone, and then everybody's asleep, and then he's like, oh, okay.
He's definitely disoriented. Like,
So maybe those are actually the signs, lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the interesting thing is those signs to us audience, but he's not really showing those signs to his family.
Of course.
right,
So so families, of course, were super surprised and shocked when that happened. So
In a way, I wouldn't say it's it explains something, but you see when the first son got all the brains, right, the good looks, and it looks like he's gonna make it in life.
Yeah.
But what he lacks, the inner strength of the second son. He went
Right.
through a lot.
Yes,
He went
you
through
are right,
jail,
right.
and then found out that he made someone pregnant, and yet when he came out,
Yep.
he did good, right?
Yeah,
He really changed, and he went through a lot, but then he persevered. He didn't fold.
Yep.
He didn't follow Radish and do stupid things, right? So I guess I wouldn't say it's fair, but it really shows like in a family, it's like that. Some siblings will have this, the other one will have that.
Yeah.
kind of thing.
I think perhaps it's also I think the pressure, in a sense, the sort of pressure to do well is not all like felt by the second son also.
Yeah.
He's
Yes.
doing whatever he wants in a
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
comes the trauma lah from like going to jail, juvenile detention.
Yeah, I guess there's the social commentary part in this is like middle working class families who are always have high hopes for their children to do
bring them
well,
above.
and then to bring them out of that, that
Yes.
level.
Right, yeah.
I think that probably is one of the universal lesson. I mean, it's not only to Taiwan. I guess
Yeah.
every
Yep.
other country is similar. Developing country or even a country that is doing quite well, but there's always that layer of society where they lay their hopes on the next generation. Right?
Yeah, and also sort of the empty optimism of like the phrase that keeps on going, the motto of a company. I
Yeah.
feel like it says a lot about that also. Like these people, they're not just able to go beyond their SES just because, they can just grab onto opportunities. Where are the opportunities in the first place? I feel like it just all along throughout the end, all the way to the end, like this phrase is so ironic to me in this film. Yeah.
Right.
Yes, anything?
Actually, right, remember when the first beginning of this show, I said this is my least favorite genre because it's sad and all that. But because we have to do this, I have to watch through. And then at about 55 plus minutes, and then I scroll like, oh my goodness, I still have about 1 hour plus left. And then the story is not developing that fast. I know that it is so depressing. There's no like, sometimes you feel that, okay, things are changing, You're like, my goodness, is this going to get more depressing or not? Which true enough lah. That part is like before the brother, So I actually moved all the way forward. I moved
Hate
forward.
crime.
You're the
That's a
kind
hate
who
crime.
wants spoiler
The end.
instead
Yeah,
of...
I want to see, is there happy ending or everybody died or what in this
Right,
movie? Then I say, the son and the mom on the bicycle. Oh, fuck, didn't say much. Nothing.
Yeah,
But I know. Okay, these two are still alive.
Yeah.
And then what happened? Got the girlfriend and the kid is still in the picture. Then I have to scroll back a bit, and then move forward, scroll back a bit, little bit. Yeah, just because. Yeah, I don't know why lah, but I as I grow older, I don't like this kind of tearjerker,
You like the-
hope kind of story.
Okay.
Which has some true reflection on life kind of thing, right? Yeah. So I mean like okay lah. Yeah, I don't like this genre.
Did you like it when you were young? Or you don't
when I
like
was
it all the way?
younger, I kind of like any movies, is good.
Oh,
right? Because
okay.
we seldom get to watch a movie. We go to the cinema last time to watch a movie, right? Any reruns are those crappy ones, old black and white ones. So you have to go to a movie to watch. So like it or not, you have to enjoy it in a sense. As you grow
no Rotten
older,
Tomato.
as you grow older, and then you start to develop certain traits and characters, and you have more options. Like, why am I putting myself through 2 or 3 hours of sadness when I can watch something else?
Okay.
Like my favorite mafia movie, where you can
Okay.
totally detach yourself.
Right, I see.
Right,
I
too many
see.
things ongoing in life. You don't want another movie to like.
Yeah, life is already so difficult, and then I have to think about this her and his family's
Right.
misfortunes.
Something like, not similar, but something like that for me is romantic film. Romance is to practice, not to watch somebody else's.
Yes, I get what you mean. I don't like to watch it now, but at a certain point of my life, I like those romantic comedies.
Oh, okay.
Your not Sally Field, sorry, Harry Met Sally,
don't know.
Tom Hanks, those kind of feel good kind of thing. But as you go through life, you're married, and then you have kids, that is all BS.
Oh no.
The ugly guy wouldn't get this beautiful, perfect woman, and vice versa.
Right.
It's always the fat and rich guys that get this perfect woman. Sorry, not to offend any
Fat and rich people.
guys. So I guess you like this kind of movies.
Personally, I like being sad because that's when I can be artistic and write my thoughts. Like that's when I can produce.
And what we can say to the audience is that although he doesn't like this genre,
You still
he did,
enjoyed it.
yeah.
But a good movie is a good movie.
Yeah,
A good,
yeah, yeah.
objective,
Movie is a good
very
movie.
good.
Yeah.
Whether I like it or not, it's me, right? It's my fault, right? Yeah, so a
Right,
good movie is a good movie. Yeah, I mean, it won awards anyway. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Sometimes we do have other members to join and all that, right?
Yeah.
I think it's what's good about us is that the variety that we can present,
Offer.
offer, yeah,
Points of views.
yeah, and because I would not be able to reach out to Asan without you telling me.
Yeah,
So,
and I wouldn't watch. What's the
Ghost in the Shell.
not Ghost in the Shell, Machina.
Ex Machina.
Ex
Ex Machina.
Right.
I would have watched it if you,
Right, right.
didn't recommended it.
Yeah, and I personally wouldn't have not touched Irishman. If,
Oh,
yeah, it's just not my genre.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, interesting.
Good that
So
we-
hopefully we can,
Reach out to more people.
Yeah.
Watch many things.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you guys enjoyed our review and discussion, and there will be more to come in the future. Okay.
Yep. We had a good time today.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you guys. 再见.
Selamat tinggal.
Sayonara.
Okay. Roar!